Welcome back to What She Said Sports. All right, we cut in because we're excited. We watched the spring game and we're ready to talk about it. All right, so did any of you watch the spring game? I guess that would be my first question. Did everybody watch the spring game? I watched it. I took notes. I think I have two actual full notes. Um, Discussing as the game was going on, the spring game. So get in here. I have some notes to share on the screen. I have notes in my phone, and that's how we're gonna get started. All right. Now, if you saw the thumbnail, you probably had an idea of how I felt about a few things. Um, and I think this should QB1. So we're gonna talk about how we got here. Kaidon Salter balled out. There were some standouts. I gave an overall grade. I broke it down by area, like QBs, wide receivers. I put defense together. I talked about the O line, etc. So welcome in to What She Said Sports. We're going to get going on what I thought. But first, I want to say congratulations to Shador and Travis. Now, Shador and Travis had their jerseys retired today. I like the way CU did it. It was in the stadium, and you could see along the rim, a particular area of the stadium, that the previous jerseys were retired. Now, there were people who were upset with CU over Shador and Travis's jersey retirement as if they were the first jerseys to ever be retired. So I don't know what happened between the last person who had their jersey retired and Shador and Travis, but they definitely deserved it. Shador breaking over 100 yards, Travis winning all of the awards except the Jim Thorpe Award, and he won the Biletnikoff twice. So these guys definitely deserved it, despite what the haters said. I love to see Travis out there today. Travis and Shador, as you can see, are photographed here. It was nice seeing them, back together one last time at Folsom Field. I'm sure they'll be back. Maybe they'll be back, I'm sure, in the off season or something, because, this time next year, they will have been NFL players for an entire season. And y'all know the draft is coming up Thursday. This coming Thursday, teams are getting ready, players are getting ready. We already did the first day one of the 7 days of the draft, where draft fits were out there. I know Travis is going to look nice. I like how nice Travis looked today in his Adidas gear. His Heisman photo was everything for he and Shador. So I know they're going to look nice, but I would imagine now that the spring game and their jersey retirement has ended, that they're getting ready to turn their attention 100% to their fit for the draft. I watched a little bit of Draft House today. I watched Shador's episode where he was out at Coach Prime's house. And he actually said, hey, everybody, he said that he's going to be at Coach Prime's house for the draft. So that's a change from what they had talked about. Remember, it was supposed to be Travis, Shador, and some of the other players all getting together. They were going to have a nice decorated area at the university, and they were going to watch it together. But then Travis said, if I'm the first pick in the draft, I want to be in Green Bay. So he decided to go to Green Bay. No issues with that. And I don't know what happened to everybody getting together. Maybe everybody decided to do their own thing. So Coach Prime is just going to host Shador, and Shiloh, I would imagine, at the same house. It's supposed to be Coach Prime's house. I saw Miss Pilar today. So I don't know if she's going to be there. But, Shador said he was going to be at his dad's house. I know Shiloh is a part of this. And, I don't know. I saw her today. And, those two don't mix. So I don't know how that's going to happen. So unless Shiloh is going to be at his mama's house or his house, his mama going to be elsewhere or something. But Shador said he's going to be at his dad's house. So that's where he taped his episode of Draft House with the truck with the barbecue pit on. Nice product placement by Ram for sure. Throughout everybody's, I saw Ashton Genty. I watched his segment. Lovely parents, lovely home. He lived in Frisco, is where he went to high school. Now, Ashton Genty wrote a beautiful letter today. I reposted it on Facebook. Check out my Facebook if you already have access to it. Basically, encouraging the NFL, telling the NFL why they should draft him. Beautiful, beautiful letter. We might look at it before we get to the draft. I was thinking the same thing about his mom. Yeah, because when Shador said, I'm going to be at my dad's, I was like, I saw your mom, because they had on the same white jacket today, off-white jacket. And she's supposed to be there. That's his mom. And I know he loves his mom. We talk about his mom all the time. But I was thinking to myself, now, how's that going to look? Because y'all remember the 50-yard dash he did at the 50-yard line trying to get on, because he don't associate with her. So I don't know what these kids going to do for the draft. Unless Shiloh going to be at his mama's house or his house. That's what I'm thinking is about to happen. But unless Coach Prime made an exception and he just like, I'm going to let you come over. But that's what Shador said. So we shall see. And it's funny because they can laugh about this. That's what's healthy about it. Shador and Shiloh laughed about their parents meeting up on the field for senior day. Now, I saw a clip where Travis was saying, or like, I guess you could say the verbiage from the clip, where Travis was saying that Shador was kind of hurt a little bit, that Coach Prime was referring to Travis Steele as his son on draft day. So I don't know. It's all kind of stuff happening behind the scenes. But we shall see. Y'all know that's my motto. I don't know how that's going to work out. But he said he's going to be at his dad's house. So they're not going to be in Boulder. Travis said he'll be, in Green Bay. Now, there was no sighting of Travis's fiance or her brother today. I watched Travis Sports Illustrated special where he went fishing with a Sports Illustrated writer. I did see a peep of his brother. Somebody asked me today, are they still together? I said, I'm pretty sure. Now, he has changed his language. Now, when he talks about things he want to celebrate with, he don't say his fiance, he says his family. And I'm sure he was coached on that because he was getting a lot of flack. And she's just been totally removed from the picture. She might have been there, so she was in a suite. But I'm like, Trav, if you got a woman you can't bring to work or your functions to celebrate you might have to rethink this situation if it's so bad that she can't show up. I mean, she went to the 7-on-7, so they were together then. I'm pretty sure they're together now. But it seems he may have decided based off some kind of instruction to just, leave that at home. And that's not what you want to marry if you can't take it out the house. I mean, that's just crazy. So Travis looked good. Adidas got him right. No more trophy pajama pants and plain white tees that came out of a Hanes pack. He felt comfortable going out today, back to CU, being with his brothers. And I love that for him. I absolutely love that for him. Now, I saw something today and I thought about Travis. So in the basketball world, which I'm not technically following, but I'm following in the basketball world, and I'm only talking about this because I instantly thought about Travis. There was a young lady who's married to a basketball player named De'Aaron Fox, who played at some point for Sacramento, who I think he's now with the Spurs. And you're like, okay, what? Okay. So going viral is a video clip of his wife, not girlfriend, wife, going not ham, but she's confronting one of his former coworkers who played on the same team with him. And the first person when I heard about the situation was Travis and his fiance. I'm like, oh, Lord, not another one acting out in public. That's exactly what I was thinking. But this one decides she wanted to, after a game, either before, middle, or after a game, and a security guard tried to shield them so nobody could see, that she wanted to confront who was his best friend when he was in college at Kentucky. They ended up playing for the same team. And I'm thinking to myself, why is she arguing with his coworker? Doing with all of these cameras around. It had to be the end of a game because everybody must have caught a snippet of it. And I'm like, lady, did you not realize that everybody's cameras would be on you? Now, nobody could get the verbiage, but you could get and he like, and you know what people said, and I'm people, she looked like she was arguing with him because he didn't call her back. Now, that's no way for somebody's wife to act. If you have beef with one of his former coworkers, NBA league mates or whatever, that's not how you do it. Because now it's going viral. Oh, they must have smashed. Now, do you really want to have to deal with your husband coming to you asking you why you put this out here like this? Because now people thinking you this kind of person. And she played basketball, I think, at Texas Tech. Matter of fact, De'Aaron Fox changed his number from 5 to 4 because she wore 4 in college. But you could see this. And I was thinking another spectacle. When are these wives going to learn? Cameras are everywhere. Or maybe they know that. So when the guys going to learn? You know, Travis already have to leave his behind when it comes to serious functions. Like I said, he took her to 707 and looked like somebody had pretty much coached her on how to behave. And this one over here, you know, she had an NBA game making a spectacle out of herself, arguing with his former teammate, and people are like, did they used to date? Because that's what he was given. That's what it was given. And you know what I was thinking? Some people just don't have no boundaries. They don't have no boundaries, and they don't have no home training. You know the cameras are everywhere, but you married to this man over here, but you making a public spectacle out of yourself, arguing with this man over here. And it's just the public spectacle part that keeps happening over and over and over. And I'm like, so we living in a new era now. We live in a time where wives don't care about how they publicly represent their husbands, and they willing to go off and go ham on their husband's coworkers on camera, which starts all kind of rumors and conversation. And I'm thinking, what the hell could she have possibly got to say to this man? Now, what if he had a wife and his wife had something to say about that? Now, y'all know how it would have went down. It would have been horrible, embarrassing, but it was already embarrassing. So when I saw Travis today and he didn't have her, and I was thinking, you know, Trav, you know, I want the best for you, but if you can't take her nowhere, that's not the one. That's not the one. And De'Aaron Fox, I thought the worst thing he ever did for himself was cut his hair off. He came into the league one way and he cut his hair. And I don't know if she had something to do with it or not, but that is the worst thing he could have done, because she clearly does not respect him. She does not respect him because you represent him. So now, nobody knows her name. I mean, I do because I looked her up, but nobody's using her name. It's De'Aaron Fox's wife confronts his former teammate. Now tell me that don't sound crazy. What business is it of hers? And I was like, well, maybe they was friends when they was at Kentucky and they all knew each other. I'm like, well, maybe she should have just, like Travis' fiance, until we got home, we can handle this at home. And some people might say it's youth, it's immaturity. I don't know what it is, but it seems like it's the new era that we're living in, where people feel like they don't have to respect anybody else's boundaries. They can disrespect whoever it is they want, whenever it is they want, despite the consequences they bring on to their fiance, boyfriend, or husband. That's what we living in. So, oh, you're welcome, Crowley. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I changed platforms, and the way the intro, one platform basically has more technology, in my opinion. I liked this platform because I can post y'all's, your comments can show on the screen like an overlay. That's why I like this one. So, you know, I was like, oh, they all like that. That's cute. But it doesn't have what the other platform have in terms of you pick an intro and you select it and it plays no matter what, and it's muted. You don't have any audio coming in. This one is not like that. But I chose because I wanted the cute overlay feature that I barely use. Because sometimes I gotta watch it, because sometimes people come in the comments and say things and that can cause me a problem. So, you know, I figured today we just don't need the intro, because I'm always standing right here anyway, or I'm running around. But sometimes there's conversation happening at the house that I know for a fact I don't want, you know, coming into camera. So I'm just conscious. I know how the copyright works. I know how the restrictions work from YouTube. Like, it's a very thin line. So, you know, today I was like, you know what, just forget it. So yeah, I redid yesterday's video. I edited, and actually that's what I'm supposed to be doing every day. But our lives are good, so I just leave them as they are, because people could go back and look at what we talked about in the live, and then there's the separate comments after it's posted. So thank y'all for coming back today. It's 15 of us. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Beautiful game. Sorry, we missed it. We were told it was canceled. What game was canceled? Are you talking about the spring game? Are you talking about the spring game, Pat? But no, the spring game was great. So let's get into that. I put together like a slight presentation to just kind of basically show y'all what I was thinking about in terms of the goals for the team for this year. And this is my opinion. I don't know anybody that works at Colorado, and I don't know what they're thinking. I'm not an insider. I don't know any insiders. If you listen to people's podcasts, you'll realize a lot of people know people on the ground at CU. I don't. I'm just a fan, and I'm just giving my opinion. So understand that when I whatever I'm sharing today, the goals, that's what I think. So IMO, in my opinion. All right, so that's pretty much where we are. Let's see if it switches. Okay. So today was Colorado's black and gold game. It was the first game without the dynamic duo, Shador and Travis. And today, there were a lot of CU draft prospects there. A lot of them showed up. I know I saw Justin Mayers. I saw, obviously, Travis, saw Shador. I saw Shiloh. I think I saw a couple of other people. I'm not gonna say everybody was there, but they turned up for the ceremony. They didn't just show up for the game. Shador and Travis had these really big smiles on their face. They seem to be truly, excited, and they should be, because now they're memorialized at CU. So it was nice to see that. And there's some behind the scenes footage out there now. When I saw it earlier, I just saw the game. But as time goes on, there's press conferences. I watched some press conferences, and now, Bucky has his content out, and, his is behind the scenes. So you'll see things that you didn't, other people didn't catch. Hey, good afternoon. How you doing? How you doing? Hey, Queen T, welcome back. Hey, Gracie, welcome back. So this is my opinion on what I believe CU's goals should have been for the game. There was one I left off. Okay. So first, obviously, the offensive line, accountability. In other words, accountability when it came to protecting the quarterback. Everybody has an O-line, but is your O-line allowing your quarterback to be touched? We talked about probably a couple of weeks ago how Coach Doc Livingston was telling the team, don't touch the merchandise. That was the mantra. Meaning, don't let nobody touch Shador. You're not supposed to, as an O-lineman, let people touch your quarterback. Like, that's a sign of your weakness for you, because your goal is to band together with your line and protect your quarterback. And a lot of schools do it just well. It was crazy after watching Shador play to go watch a normal football game with a normal O-line. And it was just like night and day. And that's why I said there was some impropriety, and people were actually making decisions, and they were jeopardizing their future. They didn't care. They were acting off of emotions, off their emotions or someone else's, but they got played. Because now you got these young guys in, and they did okay for the most part today. I did great, and we'll talk about it. But it was much better than last year. You believe that. It was much better than last year. And I don't think there's anybody on this particular O-line that was compromised. Now, Cash Cleveland is gone. I was trying to see who was at center. Was it number 59? Yo-Yo, the big guy, Yaya Yo-Yo. So I don't know who it was. It could have been 59, but the O-line is big. The size of the players, I felt like the right side and the left side on the end, and Tyler in the middle. And we did have some big guys, but they weren't aggressive, and they just didn't have that. These guys are balling. They're balling. Now, they're going to get it together. One goal I should have put on here, I didn't think about till later, but I'm going to address it. And so that's the O-line. That was priority one. We got to protect the quarterback. Secondly, the run game. We need to commit to it. Now, I was cool with what I saw today. Now, let's keep in mind, there was no Omarion on the receiver side. A lot of the second team was playing. Juju got to play with the first team and second team. So did Kaidon. I did not see Ryan Staub play today, unless I missed it. And I watched that game. Honestly, I watched the game several times because I'm looking at different units play. And I didn't see him, but that's okay because I didn't see Omarion. And then I didn't see Draylon. And then I didn't see the new guy, but I wasn't surprised. Sincere Brown. But I think Xavier Hill got in there. I'm not sure. And that could have been who the center was. So Coach Prime said he didn't want to show off too much, right? So we didn't see our absolute best receiver. And some people were wondering if Omarion is still recovering. I didn't think so. I just think the reason we didn't see Draylon and Omarion is because we know who they are. We had to get these guys like Gibson in there. We had to get Farrakhan X, Khalil. We had to get him in there. And same thing on defense. defense. It was a lot of the freshmen were playing on defense, and I thought they did a damn good job to be a bunch of freshmen. So the run game, I thought they did good. I thought I saw Brandon Hood. Now, this is what I thought was interesting. One of the first plays after they did the brought Mata out and the rest of the kickers, they started playing possessions, and each possession was 5 minutes with a different QB. And then they were changing units from, so like Kaidon would play with the freshmen or he played with the starters. Same thing with Juju, but it was 5 minutes each. Again, I don't think I saw Ryan Staub, but Coach Prime had some good things to say about Staub before this game. And I think because Kaidon and Juju are new, we needed to see them. And I still feel like I wish we had played a competitive spring game, because I don't think as a fan I know much. I mean, I kind of could see, and I did grade the overall, but I hate for Georgia Tech to be our first game based off what I saw today. But again, Coach Prime didn't want to show everything. Mata actually missed the field goal. His very first one, he missed it, but he got all the other ones. So I was just like, I just wish that this had been competitive, and I feel like the NCAA dropped the ball. Not only was this game entertaining, Syracuse would have been entertaining, but honestly, competing against another school, and they had rules. You couldn't hit the quarterback. You couldn't hit the receivers. You could hit the tight ends. You know, you could hit the defensive people. You could do all of that, but you could not hit the merchandise, the wideouts, and the QBs. And that was fine. I was like, hell, they could have played flag football, to be honest. Today was about execution, seeing if you knew what to do. So we committed to the run game today. Again, it was a stark contrast from Shedeur, who was heavy on passing, which I have no problem with. There's nothing wrong with a heavy passing offense. But we said we would commit to the run, and that's what we're going to do. And today I could see that. Now, what I thought was interesting is Pat Shurmur has 3 different offenses, really 2. So what Coach Prime said that was good about Ryan Staub is he in his pre-game press conference, he said there's a quarterback battle between 3 QBs. It's not just 2. He said Ryan Staub is in there too. He said, in fact, Ryan Staub is the most versatile QB out of the 3. Whereas when it comes to Juju and Kaidon, Pat Shurmur has one offense running when he has Kaidon in there, and he got another offense he running with Juju. I'm like, well, that sounds like a lot of work. I mean, it's good, but it kind of tells me we probably going to see both of them this year. But I will tell you this, when we get to the quarterbacks, because we're supposed to be talking about the running backs. Kaidon Salter is QB1. But the running backs did good. Brandon Hood, opportunity came because Isaiah Augustave left. Now, we didn't see Michael Welch today, but Brandon Hood was good. Dallin Hayden has improved. And I'm not going to say it was on him. I don't know what they had going on last year, but I like the way he looks. He had the most gains today, 20-yard gains, a big run for him today. I was proud of him. I was happy for him because he might have been stifled a little bit last year too. You know, the hesitancy that Marshall Faulk talked about, I didn't see it today. I didn't see Charlie Offerdahl today. I saw Brandon Hood. I saw Bautista. He's giving freshman, but he got a little stocky, you know, like Ashton, little genty body, but he's a little smaller. Hayden, Hood, and Bautista. They primarily ran today. No Charlie Offerdahl, but he's still out there, right? Charlie's on scholarship. He's no Micah, no Charlie. So those guys are proven. They know what they're going to get from them. They were looking for the new players who had never played in a stadium at CU for any reason to see what they were going to do, and it made a difference. There was some nervousness, and we're going to talk about that when we get unit by unit. Okay, so just to recap, offensive line accountability, don't touch the merchandise. They did good today. The run game to commit, that was the second goal. The third goal was to replace the key people. Now, I think we did pretty good with replacing talent. Kaidon is a dog. Do not underestimate Kaidon Salter. He moved those chains today, and he got that ball down there to the end zone. They just couldn't catch it or hold on to it. That we're going to talk about that. I'm going to attribute that to nerves. I've watched these guys play in practice, but it was just too many drop balls today, or too many missed balls today. Now, the tight end, Atkins, somebody going to poach him. I'm just going to go ahead on and put it out there. I'm not saying he going to go for it. He's a dog. So you have Gibson. I keep trying not to talk about the wide receivers, but it's hard not to. We got a good core. So we did good with replacing talent. Now they gotta work together and put it all together. And that brings me to the fourth goal: eradicate these penalties. Again, I saw 2 false starts. I saw flags all over the place. And I was like, oh, here we go. But it's a new crop of guys, so they have to get it right. And they'll be spending the rest of the summer getting it right. But penalties really is a fourth goal. And with this being a new crop, we back at square one. Penalty, penalty, flag, flag, flag. And I'm like, oh, Lord, I hate that the Georgia Tech game is the first game, because that's not anything. That's not no pushover game. I mean, we got to be solid. And when are we going to have the chance to really see if we solid before we get there? Like, if I wanted to bet on the game based on the day, so, Pat Schumer was right. We a long ways away before we face. I think the Georgia Tech game should have been on the regular schedule with our conference opponents, because it's not a pushover game. We've been set up. We have been set up. So if we win the Georgia Tech game, it will give us momentum to keep it pushing throughout the season. But Lord have mercy, I ain't gonna lie. They're gonna try to pick us apart, and they're gonna be like, we not good without. I'm telling you what they're gonna say. We not good without Travis and Shedeur, blah, 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 blah. Now, mind you, they didn't want to give neither one of them the Heisman at first, but that's what they're gonna say. So replacing those guys, replacing Travis and Shedeur is not easy. We have talent. You can see that we have talent, but now they got to go put it all together. And today was just executing, and it was a lot of penalties. So offensive line accountability, run game, commit to the run game, replacing key players, and penalties. So those were the 4 goals that I set as a fan of watching this team play for 2 years at CU that I knew needed to happen this year. All right. So DJ McKinney. Yeah, DJ McKinney was he had some penalties today. He was looking out there like Shiloh. Remember, Shiloh was always racking up penalties. I don't know what it is about defense, but that's what it is. So let me hop in the comments and say hi and welcome everybody. 22 said, welcome. I watched it. Okay. Crowley watched it too. Happy Saturday, Kiel. Regina said, hey. Oh, she was talking about Miss Pilar. Yeah, we was on the same page there. I saw on Coach Prime's show on Tubi, Coach Prime told Shedeur that he will be together on draft day for him. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what he means. 22. He gonna get it together so the mama could come over. Okay, that's good. Maybe his girlfriend will be there and they just kind of like a buffer and take his mind off of it. Coach Prime is willing to be together with his ex-wife for Shedeur's on draft day. Okay, I like it. Well, thank you for clarifying, because I was like, huh? But that's good. Sometimes you got to put your animosity with your exercise for the kids. And this is a big day, and I'm going to assume Shiloh's going to be there too. We keep talking about Shedeur, but I'm sure Shiloh will be there as well. Thank you. You're welcome, Crowley. You're welcome. And Queen T, hello, Queen T. How you doing? Jimmy Horn was there too. Yes, he was. I didn't name everybody. I know I saw a lot of people, but yes, Jimmy Horn was there because I was like, oh, there's Jimmy. So, and I saw Shiloh and Travis talking a lot, and I remembered Shiloh and Travis talk more than Shedeur and Travis. So Shiloh was kind of like celebrating with both of them. He was kind of in the background, just kind of, probably making them feel like less nervous or something. Not that they nervous at CU, but they could have been. Who knows? So, hey, everybody, that's Queen T. Welcome back. And yes, DJ McKinney, penalties. He had some penalties today. DJ McKinney got to want to rein it in a little bit. See, last year, his first year with us, I think was last year. Am I right? He was already given that star power. He already made his money. But, you want to rein it in and prove. You don't want to be out here wilding out because, you're going to get drafted. So he definitely needs some work there. 22 said all the best players didn't play, like Michael Welch and no Dre Miller, right? Basically, these players, most of them, will be backups. Well, the defense wasn't bad for backup. The defense wasn't bad at all. Kaidon's brother was good. Arden Walker, we're going to talk about it. I keep trying not to give it away. But anyway, so yes, you're right. The players we saw today will not play in the fall. Okay, so Coach Prime did say he didn't want to give nothing away. Coach Livingston, when he was doing a report, he said, the freshmen. he did mention that there's some freshmen out there. I didn't see Keaton Wade. I didn't see a lot of people, but I did see Tawfiq Thomas, and I saw the other Tawfiq Byard who did really well. And number 22, TJ Branch is a dog. I can tell you right off one hand who they're gonna try to get. They're gonna try to get Atkins. They're gonna try to get Joseph Williams. They're gonna try to get Tawfiq Byard. They're gonna try to get TJ Branch. They're gonna try to get Gibson. I thought that Big C needed a little work today. He kind of let a guy get by him a little bit. I was like, nah, I know you get feelings because your boy left, but you're gonna need to tighten it up now. You need to tighten it on up now. Don't move past that. Everybody got a right to move on. So there's some players that I know some schools saw today, and they trying to figure out, okay, they're not in the portal, but what can we do? Because Coach Prime just called it out, and it was good he did that, because there would clearly be some poaching. I checked. Jordan Seaton put out a text, not a text message, a post after Cash Cleveland left that said, man, sports is different now. You don't even have time to get a brotherhood, because everybody's worried about I and me. And I said, what? Sports is a business. And a young man from Ohio State named Jeremiah responded to Big C and said, ha ha, like he didn't say ha ha, but the tone was, I can't relate. Like it's all Gucci over there. I checked, 13 people transferred out and hit the portal after Ohio State won the Natty. So this is just the normal course of business. It's just the normal course of business. And Kaidon was asked about it in his post game. He's like, yeah, everybody got different goals. So, we don't want to be out here trying to stop nobody that feel like they want to leave, because we all, either you want money, you want playing time, or you want to be in a different geographic region. I was like, good answer. So, it's like this everywhere. And I checked, there are 2,700 players. There are more than 2,700 players in the portal, in the spring portal. And I heard the announcers saying that they want to do away with the spring portal. They're like, okay, we only need one portal window, and that's the fall. And you got to stay put until next fall. I'm like, I don't think I have a problem with that. So maybe that's in talks. But last year, there were 3,300 players that hit the portal. So the number's gone down, but 27 is still a lot, looking for new schools and opportunities. So the window closes on April 25th when the draft is happening. So, it is what it is. It says, and Coach Prime said, how about them having another sibling? And Shiloh and Shador started laughing because Coach Prime would have to reverse his vasectomy. So he must be doing something with, we talked about this. When he talked about Nick Cannon on his show, he said he might have another, he said, I might have another kid. I told y'all, and people was like, nah, he's just joking. I'm like, nah, I don't think he is. Remember, he's 50 something. She's 30, and I know it's her. It ain't nobody else but her. 37. And I'm not mad. Carucci, she don't have any children. And if she had his kid, well, his kid and his grandkid will be like, what they call that? Like when you have a grandchild and an actual kid the same age or something like that. Some kind of twins. But I think he's serious. And I didn't know he had a vasectomy. And you can reverse his vasectomy, but he must be thinking about it. Like, because, of this young woman. And I have a feeling she might be at the house on draft day. And that might be what makes him feel more comfortable, because, it might be a little awkward. But then again, Pilar might be fine with it because, she likes the limelight. So it might be cool for her to actually know this other lady. So I wish them the best. That's all I'm going to say. I wish them the best because, if they don't really hang out around each other and that's the moment that they get together, he going to need a buffer, and his buffer going to have to be his girlfriend, and Miss Pilar going to have to be on her best behavior because hell, they damn near look alike. Coach Prime definitely has a type. I ain't mad at him, but he definitely has a type. So moving right along. Okay. So those were the goals. Those were the goals. So here I actually made some notes. I had 2 pages of notes. So we're going to start right here. Okay, CU has talent. We just need to put it all together. When you think of the special teams, the punters, the kickers, Defense, the secondary on defense, the defensive line. We got 2 new D-line coaches. They said Coach Mathis was calling the defensive plays today. So that's something different. We got, Warren Sapp, who also wasn't happy about one player in particular, that Shadozie's younger brother. He wasn't happy about that young man leaving. I didn't even know he was there. He was a walk-on, but he left. And then, we have new O-line coaches. So this is what I mean by we have talent. If the coaching staff is 100% up to speed, we saw players execute today, but Coach Sherman's right. We a long ways away. New coaches, a lot of new players replacing key talent. So if we put it together, then I think it'll be okay. But I don't know how much time that's gonna take. I just hate that Georgia Tech is the first game. I'm not gonna lie to you. We got too many moving parts coming together for that to be our first game. I don't know who we play second, but that's who we should have played first. All right, let's see. They played a version of 7-on-7 today too. When they did quarterback drills, I like how they did the 7-on-7, OT 7-on-7, and then Coach Prime have a camp coming up in June, a series of camps for a week, and I think they're doing a 7-on-7 out there too. So 7-on-7 is growing. So if y'all looking for something to invest in a 7-on-7 league, especially if you own a business. So, I said Travis looks great. Shadua looked great. Juju's first possession, he was nervous. He was nervous. Kaidon took over at 13 minutes left. I said Kaidon is QB1, his poise. Now, Kaidon said in his post-game press conference that he was mentored by Malik Willis. Remember when we did the NFL Drip Fit? There was a player, Malik Willis. He had on the tuxedo that was velvet, the top and the bottom with the sneaks. That was Malik Willis from Liberty. So that's who mentored Kaidon. And so his mentor is already in the league. And Kaidon, one thing about Kaidon, he is unflappable. Nothing. He like Shador. He is like Shador. Nothing phases him. He's not gonna let you play in his face. Juju looks up to him. I like that because honestly, Juju needs time to develop. He said he kind of was nervous today, because he had never played the stadium that big, and you could see it. But just like some of our receivers had to be nervous today because I was like, y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to hold on to the ball. Farrakhan, who is very talented. He was having issues holding on to the ball. Joseph Williams has having issues catching the ball and holding on to it. The same play we saw him on video with at practice. Out there, it didn't stick. So I think it was good that they played in a stadium for the first time. Again, Kaidon and Juju said that they were shocked at how many people were there for a spring game. So wait till the first game is sold out at Folsom and Georgia Tech roll through. They're going to be nervous. I don't think Kaidon going to be nervous. But he did say, I was shocked that there was this many people here for a spring game. So that first game, I'm telling you, I just wish it was a Georgia Tech, but I might as well stop saying it because I didn't know what we could do about it. All right, so we have talent. We have talent all the way around. Like I said, Mata missed his first kick. Then we have a guy, Buchanan, 43. He's a kicker. He missed one. Then we have a number 18 who's a kicker. He did good. I think he might have missed one too. So that's what I mean by we have talent. It's just putting it together and having what we like to call environmental nervousness, trying to get that out the way. And I don't think today did it. I don't think today did it. But it gave them a taste of, wow, this is what it's going to be like. And there's going to be even more people. And it's going to be harder to hear. So we have the talent, though. We do. We have the talent. All right. So overall, I gave the spring game a grade of B. B as in, the letter B, the second one in the alphabet. I think I might have gave it a B+. Yeah, I gave it a B+. The marketing was great, well attended. Coach Prime thought it would have been more people there had been a competitive game, but it was well attended. I saw Boss Man D-Lo, B for Boss Man D-Lo. He was there. He was interviewed by ESPN's reporter, that the lady Holly. She was there. I was like, now why y'all send her? Now y'all just so controversial. She was the lady that said when she went to a USC game, it was like she was at the BET Awards and people about lost their mind because I don't know. But Coach Prime told her today she was resilient for standing up against that or whatever. And I was like, Coach Prime, they're gonna drag you. Why you do that? So they sent her out there. So, I guess he felt the need to encourage her to just keep it moving. And she was good today. She's really a good reporter. I don't know why she said that, but hopefully going forward with Coach Prime embracing her, hopefully she don't make those kind of remarks anymore. Because we don't know what you meant. So don't say stuff like that. It could look untoward. But she interviewed Boss Man D-Lo. She had a good interview, and he was there. They showed how many celebrities had been there to visit CU. They talked about the Coach Prime effect, that when this many people consistently turn out, the city grows, new hotels are built, etc. Right? So the marketing was good, I thought. I love the fact that they did the retirement jersey ceremony before, and the game itself was good. I like how they did 2 25-minute halves with OT7, 7-on-7 mixed in for quarterback drills, 5-minute possessions so we could see different quarterbacks. Again, I didn't see Ryan Staub. So overall, I gave it a B plus because it was just about execution, and I saw Kaidon get the team down to the end. I think I saw Juju actually score a touchdown with Dallin Hayden, I think. So the score was good. I think the gold team won, and the black team, which was defense, they didn't win, but they did good. I thought they did good. So overall, for everything taken in consideration, this is a new coaches. And I'm not going to say it was a rebuild for Coach Prime, but it kind of was. We lost 20 people. 16 declared for the draft. 4 decided to go in different directions. Then we have a crop of new coaches. So it kind of is a rebuild a little bit. So we have to extend some grace. So I didn't say a C or a B minus. I said a B plus. It was just way too many penalties. And I know they only had 14 practices together, so that's why I said a B plus. Then let's talk about the quarterbacks. Okay, so you heard me say that if you watch today, you walked away from that spring game knowing exactly who QB1 is. Now, Juju could come on like gangbusters after this because now he got the nerves out. Because he even said it. Yeah, I knew when I was signing up for it, but they said he should be at junior prom. That's how young he is. I was like, you mean senior prom? It's like, no, he's still a junior in high school. So he would have been a senior next year. I'm like, geez, he's young. But I love his respect for Kaidon. You could see when the two were sitting there, he was deferring to Kaidon for a lot of the questions. He's like, no, you got it at the end. He said, man, you did really good with that. I don't think he knew his mic was hot. So he definitely is the younger of the two, and their dynamic is just that. Kaidon's older, but it's not like he has to force his way. Juju recognizes that Kaidon has done these things already. He knows Kaidon has had a perfect season. When Kaidon possession was on, the game was interesting. It was good. It wasn't a lot of mistakes. I think there was one false start. He moved the chains. They got to the red zone. He got the ball to some tight ends, some receiver. They just couldn't hold on to it. They just couldn't hold on to it. But that you can't take that away from Kaidon. Kaidon looked like he came in. You know how like when people go to camp, you got the camp counselor and you have the students. He one of the camp counselors because he's been here before. Whereas you got all the new, fish coming in trying to figure it out, and he's patient. And, he's there if you ask him a question, but he's not a know-it-all. He's quiet, confident. That's how you describe Kaidon Salter. Quiet, confident. He know he's talented. He don't even feel the need to make himself seen. He just go out there and do what he do, and you gonna see it. I feel like that's Shadua a little bit. I think he might be a little quieter than Shadua, but with Coach Prime being Shadua's coach, that might have led to that. That's my pops. But Kaidon has quiet confidence, and don't underestimate him. He got his mobility on today. He passed it, deep ball passes, got it out to try to get it to Joseph Williams to recreate that play. He was actually asked, I noticed you targeted Joseph Williams a lot. He said, because he's very hyper talented, and he is. I was like, he's our replacement for Travis. But I haven't seen Sincere come out there, and he just got there. So today, the dynamic duo was Kaidon to Joseph Williams. Now, I don't know what it's going to be when we play Georgia Tech, but I would have liked to have had the opportunity to see what it's going to be. I'm not saying I'm clutching my pearls, but I am a little nervous. So the quarterbacks did good. Now, Juju talked about, he's a little anxiety today playing in front of a large crowd like that. He did good. He had some, mishaps, but I think it was nerves. I've seen Juju play before. But I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious who QB1 is, unless Ryan Staub is still in the competition. But if somebody might snap him up before the portal closes, I wouldn't be surprised. It might be somebody out there that's like, well, I mean, it's obvious that it's Juju and Kaidon, but Ryan Staub, Coach Prime say is good, and he is good. He learned from the best, learned from Shador. So let's snap him up. That's a possibility. So we shall see. Okay, so let's go to the running backs. All right. So as 22 told us, the usual guys weren't in there, right? But we did get to see Brandon Hood, and I figured Isaiah leaving opened the door for Brandon Hood. People say he's underrated. I think he might be. I thought he was good, and I think Dallin Hayden and Brandon Hood were really good. Bautista was good as well, but those two were actually better, and I think Bautista is a freshman. The running backs, I think I actually gave them a B+ because they helped the QB move the chains. I think there was actually a pass that was thrown to maybe Dallin Hayden or Brandon. And Bautista, he's scrappy. He when he was at the red zone, he was trying to get across the goal line. Yeah, he got in there. So I think we good. I think we're gonna be good with the running backs. I gave them a B+, but I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be good. All right, so we have an O-line. All right, so with the O-line, comments much, much, much better. Still needs work. I did see a little breaching by one of the players when number 77 was supposed to be on him, and I was shocked by that. I'm just gonna put it out there. Other than that, for the most part, false starts, we got to work on the penalties. So we need to tighten up a little bit. The line overall was good. They protected the pocket. The pocket did not collapse. I didn't see any pocket collapsing. I just saw one guy get through, and there was some penalties. Other than that, they did pretty good. So I gave the O-line, I think a C, because I did see one guy get through. And I don't know who on the O-line was playing because I don't know them just yet, but they got some good size. I think we're going to be okay. They just need to tighten up and work on those penalties. Now, as the wide receivers, okay, so for the wide receivers, I said it, several had missed and dropped passes. I gave them a C. I think they might have been nervous. So I'm not going to be too hard on them. Now, the guys that played, I'm assuming that they starters minus Omarion, because I saw Timmons, I saw Gibson, I saw McHale, who did good. I saw Isaiah Harge. I saw Caleb on the side talking to Travis, so I didn't see him play, but we know Caleb. So like all the new guys, Khalil X, I saw him. Atkins, the tight end, he's a beast. Number 87, don't know his name, but he a tight end. He good too. So we got some good tight ends. We got some good tight ends. Number 87 is bigger than 85, but they both have good legs. And I thought the tight ends, if I had done a separate category, I would have gave the tight ends an A-. A- because they didn't catch the ball from Kaidon. So he tried. But I think we'll be good on tight ends. And then there is the kickers. Okay, well, they were missing too many kicks. They eventually got it. They look a little rusty. I don't know why, because they've been practicing for 14 days. And I doubt if Mata was nervous, but Mata did miss the first one. So the kickers and the punters, they're going to need to tighten up a little bit. They don't need to tighten up. And then the defense. Now, there were several standouts on defense. I was proud of whoever was playing defense at any given time. Now, I saw a turnover. I did see that. I was looking for like a true, interception, like a Travis Hunter, like, let me run your route interception, but I didn't see it. But that's okay. That's okay. The defense was aggressive as they could be for a spring game, because they're not supposed to touch. They could touch the lineman, but they're not supposed to touch the QB and the wide receiver. So I thought that they did good. I saw some pass breakups. DJ McKinney did get some penalties. I didn't see Preston Hodge. Carter Stoudemire, I think, was out there. I think he was out there. If not, people were discussing him. So replacing Shiloh and replacing Cameron Silver-Craig, I kind of think we're good, because I'm gonna tell you, number 22, Colton Hood. I don't know if Colton played today, but we know who he is. I think he might have played one possession. I think he played the first possession, and he did a pass breakup. I think, yeah, that was today. And then I think we good on defense. I like our defense. Now when I think what they need to do is work on their penalties. I think there was a pass interference called. The pass breakups were good, but you can't have pass interference with a pass breakup. So you got to tighten up on the penalties. Number 22 is a dog. TJ Branch, he not a big guy, but that don't matter. I like him, and I can see somebody trying to get him, like a UNC or Ohio State. He's good. He's really good. So the lights are shining brightly on him. Toffee Thomas was good. Arden Walker was good. They expected big things out of Arden Walker, and it seemed like he's taken the lead on the defense. I didn't see Keaton Wade, but I would have liked to. So I don't know if he's injured or he just didn't play. Now, Kaidon Salter's brother, Kylan, played, and he did good. And he's bold wearing number 41, Nakai Hill Green. And that's the role he's in, and he did really good. So defense, we good. Just tighten up on the penalties with the secondary. And I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's see. Who is that? So defense was the most impressive unit. As you can see, I kind of was raving about them, knew a lot of players' names. They stood out to me. If I had to go back and watch that game, I would be looking at defense again. Kaidon stood out on offense. So defense was the most impressive unit, and the quarterbacks was the second most impressive unit. And even though Juju was nervous, they still look good. And nerves, that happens. We said that with the Washington Commanders when they played Philadelphia. Same thing. So we're going to be good. We're going to be good. But I do like Juju's relationship with and respect for Kaidon, and I do think Kaidon is QB1. So it says, CU did a great job of replacing talent so far. I heard we have about 15 to 18 more people to get. Coach Prime went on camera and said, if you're in the portal, just know I ain't too hard to find. So we still recruiting. So other than that, penalties. The plays look good. The execution of the plays look good. QBs did that thing. Defense stood out. I mean, hell, if your QBs and your defense is looking good, then you got a good chance to go far. I think they'll be hyped when they play Georgia Tech. I think they'll be nervous when they play Georgia Tech. In terms of the size of the team, Georgia Tech had their spring game on April the 12th. I'm going to go watch it and see how we match up. Now, some teams have bigger players, but we got some good size. So I'm not going to say just yet. I'm going to go watch to see what Georgia Tech working with this year and see what they look like as they match up against what I saw from us today. All right. So I would say for the most part, welcome. 22 of us. Please make sure you hit the like button. It said, oh, well, that's good. Laughing and smiling. Okay, good. So, if Carucci's at Coach Prime house, it looked like it's going to go good because you know how that. And he clearly likes her. This is the second conversation I've heard about having children from Coach Prime's direction. Juju was nervous during the press conference. He was. And what I like about him is he knows who he is. He knows who Kaidon is. And he's comfortable deferring to Kaidon. I like that. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. If he managed to stay at CU, and I think he will, he is like a sponge. He wants to learn. He's a great academician. And he knows that he needs to develop. See, it would be different if Juju had the attitude of, I don't need to learn from you. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't. And he was talking about, when he was the number one QB in the country, I noticed he was trying to tone down his voice because he's not trying to brag. He's just being honest. But even with him knowing that, he knows that Kaidon is that guy, that he's done it, and that he's getting ready to learn from Kaidon. Kaidon has the leadership on lock. I think Juju needs some time to develop, but he's going to be a beast too. If Juju and Gibson and Joseph Williams, all of those guys, I have to go back and look at the practice video of who Juju typically throws to. But if Juju grows with those guys, it's going to be back to Shador and Travis all over again. I'm telling you. And then Sincere's in there, and we still recruiting wide receivers. Did y'all know that? We are still recruiting wide receivers. I'm like, how many do we have? But Sincere Brown, by for sure, is the biggest one in size. I saw him play against Kaidon at Liberty. And I said it then. I said, he's big like Will Shepherd, but a slightly bigger frame. Slightly. It's like he a Travis and a Will Shepherd together with a slightly bigger frame. So I'm not gonna say he got an NFL frame, but he ain't far from it. He could get it by the time he leaves CU this year, he could be there. So I saw the game. Oh, good. What'd you think of the game? So what is y'all's overall grade for the game? Again, I gave it a B plus overall. Again, if your QBs look solid and your defense look good, that's you can fix the rest of the pieces. I love the aggressiveness of the defense. That's what we wanted. That's what we had with Chidozie, Nakai Hill-Green, Cameron Silma-Craig, hell, Shiloh. I'm telling y'all, mark my words, whatever today is, if he don't get injured, remember the name TJ Branch. And I don't even know, he might be a freshman. He is a dog. I'm telling you, that dude is going to make a name for himself at CU. Like I said, there was some standout players everywhere. Like I said, the kickers need to tighten up a little bit. I don't know, what's going on with that. Could be nerves. Mata, no. But after his first rusty kick, he was okay. But I think Mata is the more senior of them and the leader of the field goal kickers. So he eventually got it. Somebody, I think, tried to kick almost a 60-yard field goal. So we got some new kickers. So y'all let me know, what was y'all's grade for the game? You could drop A plus, B plus, A, C. If you have a grade for the game, what do you give the spring game overall? And if you had a favorite unit today, what was it? Let me know your thoughts. Okay, so I have a photo I want to share because y'all know I like to end on a good note. And I saw this little, announcement. I forgot. I posted it. Congratulations to Ben Finessith because he got a scholarship. Ben was a walk-on. He did a press conference. He said he got the scholarship. Coach Prime said, where 28 at? He was like, oh, Lord, didn't know what he did because he liked Shiloh a little bit. And he announced that he got a scholarship. Ben has been working really hard. I didn't see him in the game today, but that don't mean he wasn't out there. Again, I'm trying to watch, all the moving parts. So I don't know if he played today or how he did today, but he's balling out in practice and he got a scholarship. So Ben said, I knew if I stayed down and keep working hard, I would get it. So he got his scholarship. So y'all congratulate Ben. Oh, you were at the game. Oh, Dennis, you were actually at the game. I thought that said I watched the game. Okay, so you got any footage you want to share? If you do, my email address is actually in my bio. What she said 404@gmail.com. So yeah, you can send me some footage and I'll be happy to credit you. And if you want to come on and talk about it, you can do that too. So congratulations that you got to go to the game. Do you live in Colorado, Dennis? So we had somebody that was at the game, y'all. 20 of us, please like and subscribe. Thank you. So if y'all see Ben's social media, I know he has the IG and the YouTube. Y'all tell him congratulations for the What She Said community, What She Said sports community, that we congratulate him for working hard and being recognized and earning a scholarship. I say Ben gonna be the next Dejan Cooper Dejan. That's what I said. I'm sure he was inspired by seeing that young man ball out in the Super Bowl. So, and Ben has all the energy. So he just really the next Shiloh. All right. So this was the photo that I was getting ready to share. All right. So y'all know I like to end on a good note. And I saw this today. Coach Prime posted this. Now, don't they look cute? Y'all know I love the baby. It's so cute. He's so cute. So Coach Prime said he likes being a grand prime, a father and a grand prime. That's what he calls himself, grand prime. So I don't know, maybe having a grandbaby and having a young girlfriend is making him think about wanting to have another child. So, it's a possibility. Anything's possible. You can reverse a vasectomy. And but I would think that having the grandbaby will be enough. He must have forgot that it's not easy having kids, but he was traveling a lot and playing football when his kids were little. So he might want to talk to his exes first and get the reality check. But you know, again, if that's something he want to do with the person that could be the love of his life, then you know, hey, the mama will be young, so she'll be right there. She'll be right there. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna get ready to say goodnight. Do not forget this week on Thursday is the draft. And I'm going to find a way to watch the draft. Just like I found a way to watch the spring game. So same thing. But I want to be live doing the draft. I'm not gonna be live doing the whole thing. I know I'm not. I would like to be live until our guys are gone. So I think the first round is only the first day, April 24th. Yeah, so it's really the first round, I think, is April 24th. So yeah, I'll probably be watching that one. And then as it goes, it's just to TBD, to be determined about day 2 and 3. All right, y'all. So thank y'all for everybody being in here. It's 20 of us. And don't forget, draft day is Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow night. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Anybody doing anything big for Easter? So if not, happy Easter, everybody. And yeah, we'll be back. So tomorrow's Easter Sunday. So y'all keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And I'll keep y'all's in mind. It's Easter. We want to make sure, you know, we say our prayers for sure. All right. So I'll be back. It is Easter. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good night, everybody. I'll play some music on the way out. If you hang out with us all the time, please hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you for watching What She Said Sports. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night.
Yeah, welcome fam, Mr. 5. Break it down, talking sports, hard and hustle. Wear the crown, subscribe to the journey. Don't sleep on the grind. Hit the like button. Come on, don't be blind. Hit that like, don't be stingy now. Join the movement, let's show them how. What she said, we bring the vibes. Together we rose, reaching higher and higher. From hoops to the griddle, we cover it all. Champions rise and together we never fall. Join the fam, we celebrate every win. What she said, let's meet where the passion begins. Hit that like, don't be stingy now. Join the movement, let's show them how. What she said, we bring the vibes. Together we rose, reaching higher and higher. Welcome aboard, let's make it loud. What she said, rip her out of the crowd.